Again, no pain, no gain. But might be more pain for my family for tolerating me all these 3.5 years.
Hi guys, this is Lax from North Phoenix. Welcome to my backyard orchard.
All right, so we are on July 12th, right? And
13th?
huh?
13th.
பரவாயில்ல. This is Lax from North Phoenix. Welcome to my backyard orchard. Okay? So there's $1 million question. Okay, being in desert weather while we grow the tropical fruit trees and subtropical, the question is all about the watering schedule, especially during the summer. So people always have this in mind: am I watering or under watering? Because of the fear factor of the weather what we have. It's not really pleasant for us as well as the plants when it is 118 degrees or even 120 degrees, whatever, 15 degrees. So I would like to speak on what is my watering schedule. Okay, after 3.5 years effort building the microclimate that you see here. Okay, so you would notice here a lot of shades. Okay, every tree is protecting each other. Okay, 9:30 right now, and we are on the east side of my yard. And even during the 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock till 4 to 5, I would say every part of my yard is going to have some sort of similar shades, which is basically the effort that me and my family had put together in this yard almost for 3.5 years. So you took 3.5 years of continuous planting, close to sort of each other planting. This ensures that protecting each other during the summer as well as winter, but especially during the summer, every tree has shades to other trees close by. So this is key for us. So microclimate, and when you have such a microclimate, it's going to be very easy for watering the plants in an interval of 10 days. Would you believe that? So my watering schedule during especially this month when it is like 110 to 115, 16 is only 10 days once. So when it was February, I was watering this year 2019 around like monthly once. Then March, April, like 20 days, 25 days once. Then starting from May and June, July, it's only like 10 days once. So that's a great accomplishment, as you know, because last year I was watering 5 days once during this summer time. So what is key is, as we know, microclimate. And to get that microclimate, you can see my other videos. I'm going to put in my description what are the other plants I mixed along with the tropical and subtropical fruit trees in learning over the last 2 to 2.5 years. Okay. Standing in the center of my yard. Okay, I do protect my loquat tree, the beautiful loquat tree here, which is I think it's a big Jim. That's a variety. And you see the banana here hanging? It's beautiful, right? Looking beautiful, and it's a Namwa banana. So I would say like one of the best banana that can be grown here, Namwa. Okay, with a thick trunk, whatever it is. Okay, so when we talk about the watering schedule, right? I want to mention about this. How do I water my plants? Obviously, the fruit trees, it's better to have the bubble irrigation, which is what we learned from the experts. And in addition to the bubble irrigation, what I do is I add my garden hose too. That means I have 3 pipes, garden hoses here. And when I schedule my watering, I do stay next to them and ensure that I water each of these plants using the hose. Why I do that? I don't have the flood irrigation. Somehow I need to find a way of mimicking the flood irrigation so that when I pump my water, it's not like I'm pumping like 100 to 150 gallons of water for each plant. It's going to be like 30 to 50 gallons, depends on the size of the plants. But I do water them, I do stay with them. Now, how many hours it takes for me to water 70 plus trees? Usually if I go with my just irrigation system, right, it's going to take 8 hours. But by adding the garden hose and staying close to the plant, it takes not more than 2 hours. In 2 hours, I water all my 70 plus fruit trees. Every tree get good amount of water. Okay, that means I pump a lot of water, and that, see, for example, when you see here, this will be almost filled. 3 by 4 will be filled. So which is going to be close to like 50 to 60 gallons of water, that is which is going to be used by my Nama bananas. Like there are 4 or 5 banana plant here, and my huge, which is like definitely the size of the 24 or 36-inch box, the gym low quad. So it's not a lot of water, but it is required to mimic the flood irrigation. So that's one of the secret. It's not secret. That's one of the best practice I do. And if you guys can try that out with a couple of plants and see how it grows. So again, 10 days once with this microclimate. That's a brown turkey. Really worth, okay, planting. You get big fruits out of it. Brown turkey, the fig, I mean. All right, so the one another benefit that I feel in mimicking the flood irrigation, okay, is the way the water is soaked under the ground, regardless of your soil situation, cleachy, rocky, almost 2.5 feet down, it's breaking the soil. But it takes time, okay, which is why I tell the people, hey, when you dig for a 15 gallon, for example, dig at least like 32 inch to 36 inch, like a square, because it is going to help to take more water and also ensure it is going to break the soil around it and underneath it. Now in my yard, 2 years, 3 years ago, when I was planting the initial trees, I noticed that if I pour like 15 gallon to 20 gallon water into a hole of like 2 feet by 2 feet or 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet by 2 feet, it was taking close to like 5 to 6 hours to drain. I don't know whether that is the best thing or still we need to improve on the drainage. But today, recently, 2 months ago when I was planting, it was small plant, but still when I dig a decent amount size of hole, I found when I put 25 to 30 gallon water, it was draining in an hour. Okay, do you believe that in an hour? Again, I'm not living in a sort of Gilbert or Chandler, the sort of places where the soils are really good, but this location, especially North Phoenix, you see only the glitches. Most of us, we see only the glitches. So how did that happen, that improvement? I think it is all because of the way we planting the trees closer, and the watering, the method of the watering, which is like mimicking the flood irrigation. And this really helped over a period of time to break the soil underneath at least 2 to 2.5 feet. Okay. All right. This is Hacha mango. I love this mango. All right. So quick sum up. The watering schedule of mine after building such a microclimate, what you see here is 10 days once, especially during the July month. I'm going to continue this for the August month too, but still I keep an eye. There's one thing I forgot, slipped off from my mind to talk about the banana trees. Okay, I don't want to take a chance, so I'm watering them almost like 6 days once. That means basically, though it is falling within the schedule of 10 days once, but still 6 days once I give them at least 20 gallons of water. Okay, then for any veggies you see here, veggies plants or flowering plants, I do watering like 4 times a day, which is like 10 minutes. Okay, with the emitter that I have like 8 gallons per hour, so that basically it gets like a gallon or at the most a gallon per day. But the fruit trees, tropical and subtropical fruit trees, 10 days once, mimicking the flood irrigation. And not just I run with the bubble irrigation. What I use my garden hose too. They love it because they understand our care, and they don't let us down. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to talk to me anytime.